Alright, you good for timer?
Yes.
Excellent. Alright, we are go in 3, 2, 1, go. Excellente. So indeed, my name is Ty2358. For those that don't know me, I already noticed quite a few people that came in here are already going to troll me for days, but that'll happen. Anyway, it's like I'm playing... Okay, so everyone basically can understand that Castlevania kind of has this whole guy with the whip kind of deal, and it's like, yes, there is a guy with the whip in this game, but that's not what we're doing today, because 12-year-old girl with magical heat-seeking orbs is just too good. So instead, Carrie's been always kind of the character to be played. It makes life so much easier when you don't have to, like... Just Reinhardt's whip mechanics are pretty bad in this game. Like, whenever a game is first transitioned to 3D, it can just be kind of awkward. Anyway, the first boss of the game that you get to, like, do, like, the first minute into the game, it's, like, gonna have a hard time here, but it's actually not too difficult because there's certain areas where you can just manipulate them. There's a lot of manipulation and certain glitches that'll go on should make everything easier. But then again, nothing is guaranteed. Alright, we found ourselves a jewel. That'll be helpful. Jewels in this game are basically going to be our sub-weapon ammo. If you are new to this, then we will want all the jewels in the world. We're going to pick up holy water a little later, so that we need all the ammo we can get for that, because holy water is the only thing that's going to be used here. You will notice a lot of lag, but it will happen.
We got a donation already to start off the run from Kiliani. $5 donation that says, "Good luck, Ty, on playing AD carry." So thank you for that donation.
Very thoughtful, Kiliani. Thank you. But again, more manipulations that we'll be doing here. I did not mean to get hit by that bat, but that'll happen. We basically want to lure this guy off the edge, so we can do just a simple jump, and he'll just leave. There is a day and night cycle, and so because of that, vampires and other enemies that will be in the game will be weaker at daytime. And we're kind of just setting up something, a certain cutscene a little later in the game. Okay, let me pick up my stuff. Thank you, game. So we're getting semi-prepared for an event that'll be happening in a later stage in the game. We'll get there when we get there, hopefully. Of course, because of all this lag, it's usually caused by these skeleton spawns, so I'm definitely going to be wanting to kill them along the way. There is no double jumping in this game. However, right here we're going to do a little something, because if you're somehow sliding off of a slope, you can just, for some reason, do another jump. So like so, I can actually just ignore falling to my death there and do a jump whenever I can to not take any fall damage. Quite nice. There's a lot of platforming, which can also be really awkward because Carrie doesn't like to grab ledges at all. Like, there'll just be a time you'll just be right in front of a ledge, but she will not grab it at all. Which can honestly mean death pretty easily if the game wants to troll like that. But we need 15 jewels for the next level of the game, so we don't have to pick anything up there. We did grab a power-up earlier, that's why my orb is blue. Which, I can't remember the exact number of damage on it, but it's quite hefty. We can grab one more power-up to make our orb green, and that will be our max damage that we would like. So I will pick up another power-up towards the end of this here. And that first very boss that we fought earlier may have jumped into, like, the river that you saw earlier, but that's definitely not going to be the case. They wouldn't just let an easy boss go down that quickly, right? Especially when you're dealing with the skeleton that's bigger than anything else here. Alright, so funny enough, I didn't actually know about this rock for a very long time. It actually holds another 10 jewels and a power-up and some healing if you want it. Gold is absolutely useless. We aren't going to be buying anything. It's not needed. But typically, in this fight, this skeleton comes back from the river and typically runs around the map, but if you manipulate him and actually just do, like, crotch hits, kind of just need to get up nice and close here. and he'll actually just swing at you every time. And if I do this correctly, I can make him go in the river again, and he'll actually just insta-die here. Basically on the last possible hit. It's like I kind of need to turn him a little bit to the right, and that should be good. And you should just plop right in the water, like so. And we're through. Either way, the other main thing, there was a new skip found like a month ago, and there was no way of actually doing it consistently. I found a way to do it consistently Saturday, and honestly, if we pull it off, world record should be free. That is honestly my main goal here. As long as we don't die or do something insanely bad, it should be a free world record. Which would be pretty hype, if I do say so myself. There's a lot of things still left though, so don't be surprised if it doesn't happen. It's just that's obviously what I'm going for. There are risky strats here and there, but it'll be okay. We can go for it, why not? Ooh, where did I lose my health? That's really bad. If I take damage from this Hydra, I don't think I can do the skip. The skip that I'll be doing takes 85% of your health, so I need to make sure I don't take damage here. If possible.
And we got another donation. This is a good time.
Yeah.
We got a donation from Civilized Chaos that says, Ty is a champion, albeit a bad champion, but a champion nonetheless. Good luck, have fun.
Well,
and that's $20. Thanks for that donation.
Wow. The big bucks. Okay, so I did actually get hit there, and I'm not actually going to be able to do it, so rip that idea. That's okay, though. I will be playing this at SGDQ 2016. Hopefully I can do it then. Camera will be a little trolly here and there. It doesn't exactly like to work all the time for you. It'll get stuck in random corners, but you can work with it fairly easily. It can just sometimes be a pain. Yeah, we cannot pull off the strat because it would kill all of our health. We need 85% health or so, and we do not have that. I mean, we're kind of close, but I can already tell it's not enough. So again, we're just going to do some more hippity-hoppity, jumping along these platforms, easy peasy. It was just kind of weird. There's a bug when you end Force of Silence. You sometimes just don't come into this level with full health. Your health is supposed to be restored, but it didn't happen. I'm sorry. It's okay. Failed back hop, but either way, that's Castle Wall. It's nothing but platforming. And now we get to go into Villa, which is my favorite stage, in all honesty. Hopefully Frank or Z doesn't get too badly hurt here, but I want that jewel. There's going to be a few skips and tricks in this level, and then the music in this level, I don't know why, it's just probably one of my favorites. Once we get into the actual villa here. Not quite yet, but we're getting there. So here I'm going to try to perform basically a gate clip. I can jump over this gate as long as I do this, and that's not right. Please, game. Okay, we're just going to kill him instead. Well, typically, I wasn't supposed to get hit on the first attack there. That was kind of really awkward, but there's kind of a trick where if you do the last frame of the dog lunging at you, it actually boosts you up a little bit, and therefore you're actually able to... Okay, this dog needs to stop trolling. Because we don't have time. We really don't have time. Because there's a cutscene that we need to get to before 6 a.m. or else we're going to be stuck here for a very long time. So it's like, wasn't able to do dog skip quite like that. There's a boss skip here, but by jumping around these staircases like so, I can avoid that fight. Oh my god. Oh, this is bad. This is not good anymore. Come on, Carrie, we gotta get there by 6 a.m. We're on a time crunch. Okay, we'll barely make it. Whew, that's scary. But yeah, sometimes when she jumps, she'll get randomly clipped on random, just anything. So it's like, that's what happened there. So my jump got canceled, and I had to redo that skip again, which is just so awkward. But that's okay. We still made it there. It's like, that cutscene that happened right there is Rosa cutscene, and you can only make it there between the times of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's why we used the moon card at the time we did. Typically now, because of the new skip, you would use it at an earlier stage in the game, but played it at a time where it would work for any certain event. Even when we fail both skips, we still make it in time, so it's okay. It's like, there is one trick that, well, I probably should mention that it's kind of questionable at the moment, but the PAL version of this game might be faster than NTSC. It's one thing that I haven't gotten to check myself yet. There's certain things that you can't do on PAL, and there's also things that you can do on PAL. One of them is being a huge skip in a little bit that'll kind of show off. I won't be able to skip it, but I'll show what it does skip. And it's a good 3-minute time save. The only problem is that with PAL, you can't do the slope jumps. Like, basically a lot of tricks that you'll see in this run you can't do with PAL. But because PAL is a little bit faster, with the extra 5 frames or whatever, or less, it still makes the game a little faster, and we're not sure if that skip actually makes it worth it. But it might. So yeah, we are entering this giant maze, and this is where Carrie can completely skip this on PAL, but I have to go through it on NTSC. Which is also going to be kind of terrifying. This place gave me nightmares for the longest time. Not even joking. It did release kind of unfinished, yeah. The deal with it is like because there's 2 games for the N64 that are basically identical. There's Castlevania for the N64 and then Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Legacy of Darkness was meant to be this game, but because of a time crunch or something, they weren't able to quite finish it. So yeah, that is very true. Legacy of Darkness is very similar. It has 2 different characters and a few different level changes, but for the most part, they're literally pretty much identical. I still recommend playing both. There is the little differences that make quite a big change, and they're both good, for sure. But again, have to run away from a guy with a chainsaw. That's never fun in any game, considering that chainsaw does like 40% of my health for some reason. So I would die in 2 hits if I am to have that happen at all. Shouldn't happen at all, because we're not done with him yet, but we'll see what happens. As long as you're jumping properly and going fast enough, you should be okay. But again, it's like you can kind of see how this maze is quite long, so being able to skip the entire thing is a huge time save. But I'll be getting all my PAL stuff probably in the next week, actually, and I'll be able to figure out which is faster. Anyway, we look fine, because for some reason you can just like run past this guy and be like, he won't swing at you until quite a bit later. Like, go right past him, he just misses like a scrub. So we're good. We're more than fine. The level after Villa, however, is the worst level in the game, and I fully expect to die. Underground Waterway is a nightmare and a half. But we'll see. Done pretty well on it so far, so as long as it keeps going that way. So this is the double vampire fight. Okay, I need to be jumping for this though. Funny thing is, if I just move over to these stairs, you just will stand still and I can just spam holy water and nothing will happen. It's kind of similar in this way. She's gonna miss. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so funny thing is holy water can actually do a different amount of damage once thrown, and then it starts doing just burn over time damage. And If I hit her with the full damaged holy water, she goes into a mist form. And instead, if what I originally wanted to do is not have her lose 50% of the health, because that's when she goes into mist form, and after jumping over her, she basically just crawls around you for like 5 seconds, and you can kill her in that amount of time pretty easily. So underground waterway. This is known for doing waterfall skips. We basically jump into a waterfall and then have to try and jump out, even though it pushes you really fast. And it's really awkward. Ooh, I activated a lizard fight. Alright, that's fine. So I meant to skip this fight, in all honesty, because there's a very small window where you can actually jump around it, which is what I wanted to do. That didn't quite happen. But the good news is that we don't have to deal with this first waterfall, because we have to kill the lizards after they happen, and then we're actually just able to press the button and go on. The second waterfall, in my opinion, is a lot easier, so we should be okay. Hopefully. So it's kind of nice to snipe these lizards as they're moving by, because of course enemies are always causing lag at all points in the game. Do some parkour jumping here while we get ready for this next waterfall. Nice. So it's really easy, because you have to basically jump again as soon as you touch, like, right above the like, poison water, I guess it technically is. And it's a pretty hard jump to do, but we got it, so it's all good. So this is Castle Center, the longest level in the game. A lot of RNG involved as far as what these vampires do, and other vampires. This looks kind of bad at the moment. We did insta-kill her, which is good. Okay, we killed all 3 of them. That wasn't bad. Typically, there's different kind of vampires. There was the one lady in green that actually spawns bats. You want her dead immediately. And then there's, like, worker vampires, maid vampires, and, like, I don't know, ones in suits. Either way, they're all different, and they actually do different patterns, and based on what kind of vampires I get, I have to do different things to try and save time. I didn't like that setup that they gave me, but it was still okay. So this is the lizard room, where you literally can just run all the way to this wall and you'll despawn all these lizards, which is quite nice. So it's like, they just disappear and we can keep going. We'll do that a few times here, because we're currently climbing up and we're going to have to go back up and back down quite a few times. It's a very long level, a level that a lot of people kind of dislike when playing it casually, because there's puzzles and things that you have to do, and there's a lot of tricky things that need to be done as well. If I were to be lucky there, both of those vampires would have met in the middle, but none of that happened. There is a 13% chance to do a text box skip, and I will only explain it if it happens. There's 2 chances to make it happen. First one did not go well. I need him to do a specific pattern. This is where everyone would freak out at this game. This is Magical Nitro, where you cannot jump, you cannot get hit, you cannot clip up, or you're not supposed to, technically. We will be doing it anyway, because we're good like that. But if we were to get hit or jump, we instantly explode and are instantly dead. Luckily, the first one we just have to place right there. It's basically just a bomb. We'll have to get the detonator and we'll be good. Oh my goodness. He trolled me. Shoot. So he was actually preparing for it. Either way, I guess I'll explain it. So there's this coffin and this lizard man, and if you're standing in a specific spot, you can activate 2 of those text boxes at the same time. and therefore, when you do that, one cancels the other out, and the one that gets canceled is that text box that gives you the key. So instead it does the text box with the coffin, but you still get the key. So it's a nice 7-second save, but I believe it's only like a 13% chance. It's actually kind of odd, because he did what he was supposed to do, but he walked away. It's like, typically he just stands there, which is what I was expecting, but he started walking. That was weird. So now we have to carry this last nitro all the way downstairs, and by going through all of these scary rooms. I saved because there's kind of a tricky some little tricky stuff coming up, where a lot of people will die, but I actually find it to be quite easy unless I mess it up insanely poorly. Either way, obviously going to save in case that does happen, because don't want that time loss. This is the only time you can jump because it goes into another area, so it's all good. Bridge of Satan. But kind of just like run like so. We just kind of clip over, and we're good. Like, you would think that that would blow you up, but it doesn't. We're going to be doing another skip here, cog skip, which you would also think would kill you. We didn't get it that time. I was a little too far to the right. Okay, like so. It kind of pinches you up and puts you right on, like, pinches you straight up. And you don't die from doing that either, which is surprising, but very nice. But yeah, it's like a lot of these skips and tricks were found when Narcissa was running the game a few years ago. Her with Cosmic and Christian, there was a bunch of others that found all these skips, and it has really made this run really interesting. There's another guy by the name of Winglebert who, in my mind, is just a straight up god. He's been finding all the tricks for this game and Legacy of Darkness, and I don't know how he finds them at all, but he does. And so, big shout out to him, because at the moment he was the one that found the new skip a month ago, and so because of that I have more of a reason to play this game again, because world record needs to be changed. A 50-second time save cannot be left untouched. So this is where we place our nitro, and as you can see there's a seal on this wall that we're blowing up, so typically you're supposed to do this little puzzle, but obviously we already have all the information we need. Speedrunning strats, yo. But yeah, skeletons on motorcycles, don't ask. They totally had these back in the day. I'm actually really surprised at why that orb didn't kill that, but that's okay. So the detonator, or mandragora, is what we will be grabbing in this room. Wanted to change it to 6 a.m. because we're going to be fighting a lot more vampires here. Want to be insta-killing them. That was not part of the plan. I wanted to kill her immediately, but that's okay. Camera, can you turn around, please? Thank you. But now that it's also 6 a.m., our orb does more damage, so we can kill these guys easy peasy, and they'll just blow up and go away. Luckily, we don't have to do this triplet vampire fight again, so we don't have to worry about that, because the game thinks that at this point in the game that you would still have nitro. So it kind of gives, it wouldn't give you a triplet vampire fight while holding nitro. That would just be death for sure. Game's a little nice, not quite that cruel. Mandragora. Yeah, a little different though. They totally took it from this game. They should sue. Nah. But again, we have to go all the way back up to where I originally put that first nitro. So again, have to despawn lizards and make our way back up so we can blow up the wall to do the puzzle that we will be solving to release that seal. So can we see them go in the middle? Yes, we can. Good. So one instant, like, they both get hit by the holy water, and then I can just finish the other one off with one orb and not have to deal with them. Sometimes they'll both die to just one holy water. I call that, like, the vampire love story. Just meeting together at last. Love me a good love story. Better love story than Twilight. If Konami could see, they would. Yeah, they're interesting. Okay. Hopefully I can kind of show off another certain kind of jump here, because I failed the one that I was supposed to do in the first level. But hopefully we can do it here. On the same frame that Carrie grabs a ledge, if you're to jump again, she'll do a double jump like that. And you just can avoid grabbing ledges, and you basically do a double jump that way. It's like a 2-second save for each one of those you do, and we'll be doing quite a few of them throughout the run. So it's like you're supposed to find these statues that have numbers on them so that you can solve this puzzle, but you don't have to worry about it. Thank God. Because if it was supposed to be like random, oh, that would suck. No one wants to go search statues to see what numbers on them. That would just be awful. Anyway, we're good. So that released the seal that was downstairs. So we have to go back down there and blow up that room. So back down we go. Also, all these doors are opened at a specific spot. So I try to make Carrie go to that spot before opening the door so that I'm just in the perfect spot. So she doesn't have to like walk 2 steps or something to go and do it. Saves frames. Saves maybe around half a second if you do perfect door placements. The little stuff. It's all that matters. So in this situation, we have to go out a little bit to spawn the lizards and then go back to where the despawn point is. And we're good. It lags here though, just because like there still are lizards in those lockers, you just can't see them. So we'll make our way back down, hippity hop all the way there. See, like you can see, the camera gets stuck in some silly spots, which has annoyed a lot of people. This game got a very bad rep from what was it? Angry Video Game Nerd, I believe his YouTube channel is. Even though I find this game to be quite well, like, of course when you compare it to, like, Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64, it might not quite compare, but it's like you need to not compare it to the best, like, the best of the best. Overall, it's a good game. It's a challenging game, I will admit, it is quite hard. It's like Dark Souls before Dark Souls was a thing. Okay, so that's what I originally wanted to do. You can stab her while getting Mandragora at the same time. Because you actually have to wait for her death animation to end before you can reopen the door. So we grab the Mandragora, or the detonator as I like to call it. And we can move to this next area. Did AVGN play 60... AVGN, I don't... Oh, yeah, he did. Like, you can watch it. It's quite funny, but it'll make... Like, that's the whole reason this game got a really bad rep. It's quite silly. Anyway, we blow this up. And, of course, because we keep passing this lovely bull thing, I mean, you can kind of expect what's going to happen next. We're gonna fight him. We're gonna tear him limb from limb, literally. Goodbye, legs. This is a very gruesome fight, but it's an interesting one. We just kind of keep going at his legs, and then we have to deal with the rest of his body. Gotta work on the head, and there it goes. Of course lag happens, so we'll just look down while that deteriorates. Look at that pretty guy. But then he just randomly blows up, and it's like the biggest explosion in this game. And he's dead. And then this is the Camilla fight, or Carrie's cousin, technically. She became a vampire, which, whatever you want to look at it as. And so we have to kill her. There's a weird thing about this fight, is that she shoots green orbs at you and then orange, and the game will actually crash if you kill her without her doing her orange orbs. It's kind of troll, but that's just just one of those bugs that people caught. So we just have to we purposely have to get hit by her in order to see orange orbs come out. Yeah, bullet just kind of bursts into a bunch of beef. Okay, so now this is where the run gets interesting, because if we were to die, there is no other place to get power-ups other than in the final Dracula fight, which ain't going to be all that useful anyway. But this is what I like to call Tower of RNG. It's Tower of Science, and there's lasers and a bunch of stupid stuff that has no certain pattern. It's strictly RNG, and it is very scary. Like, all these lasers do different things, but as long as they're underneath, you can just jump right over them. Oh, you're going under. I'm gonna wait for it to go down. I'll just play it safe. I can jump underneath them, but these lasers are not being nice. Go down, please. Thank you. Gonna wait for that. Oh, it faked. Oh, that's troll. Yeah, funny enough, sometimes they will actually, they'll fake you out and will not actually, they won't actually spew their laser. And situations like that, you can't see around. Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about. I can't control any of this. If it wants to wreck me, it's gonna wreck me. I have to take these sharp turns and just hope that there's not a box there. Okay, that was good. Oh, that was close. Whew. Because you can die if you're stuck in between the conveyors, but it's all good. Then we'll be dealing with turrets. There is a certain strat that's insanely difficult and actually is only 80% consistent. But I'm not going to do it, because there's turrets that we'll be seeing in this next room, and they can do quite a number on us. There's also a situation here with more platforming, and I don't know why, but it's the one platforming section where Carrie will more than likely not grab the ledge. She hates whatever platform she's grabbing. I don't understand it, but she just won't do it. Hopefully she will, but I can just never guarantee anything. So yeah, like, again, not having a full powered orb is just like an end of a run. Killing everything with a completely weak orb is almost like impossible. The damage difference is like immense. Because we can one-shot these guys, like all these turrets, and every enemy just dies in one green orb. With a orange orb, it's like 5. And that ends up being quite a problem when we get to the end of the game. Hopefully we don't die and can keep our power up. That'd be great. But there's just some situations here where turrets, like in this next section, turrets can juke, and they can shoot me right out of midair, which would be the worst scenario here. But I'm going to try, I'll destroy a couple of them to make my chances a little easier. We'll destroy this one and that one over there. And hopefully we'll be okay. Yeah. Excellent. So we should be good. Didn't get trolled by turrets. That's always a thankful thing. Because, yeah, they'll sometimes randomly hit you. It's like you can't... There's no patterns to them. They're just a scary thing. So here's the platforms where I'm saying she doesn't like to grab the ledges here. Okay, nice task jump. Like that. Like, she just doesn't want to grab sometimes. It doesn't even make sense. Alright, good. That was the one that could kill us, so we should be good. I want to be task jumping here. Like so. Kind of makes it a little faster for us. The only thing is this room, and because that box is coming out immediately, I can turn this corner and not get hit by the box. Turrets control here, but we're looking good actually. Thoughtful. Ooh, barely made it over that though. So Tower of Science is done. Now we have a Tower of Sorcery, which is all platforming, disappearing platforms, and butt clenching. That's all I will say. All the butt clench. So much clenching will be happening here because I go for some risky stuff. But again, sometimes she won't grab ledges. But I believe. Just gotta believe. You know? In all honesty, it is a very pretty level, and I do like it, but sometimes the things that it does to me just angers me to no end. Like, sometimes I'll just fall right through some floors. Happened to me yesterday. It's like, oh great, runs over because she couldn't land properly. So yeah, these pink platforms, they appear and disappear. So, and they're on a random cycle as well, so far RNG's been good. But now we kind of just do some hops, some blind jumps, do some parkouring here. Okay. We should be good here. Okay, we're good. Easy peasy, man. What butt clench, we're good. So yeah, that part's kind of scary because things have to go pretty perfectly. Some more blind jumping, because why not? That's not good. Oh my god. Whew! Don't want to be doing that. Okay, so I tried going for that platform when it was disappearing. That was close. Alright, we're through. But now we have another hard room, and there's an act tree skip, or a boss fight, that you're supposed to do, but there's a very neat trick to skipping it. However, it can soft lock me, and I'd be forced to reset my console, so I'll have to save for this, obviously. And if I get soft locked, we lose power up and all that fun jazz. So we basically get up here, jump to over yonder. Should be good. Just a minor heart attack, no big deal. And on a certain frame, she can actually jump to the side here. Just have to button mash. Like so. Get in a certain position here, hopefully. Oh my god, it happened. If I'm lucky, I can actually get through. Nope, we soft locked. Oh, it feels bad, man. That's okay. There's a specific spot in the ceiling where she can pop out of and go into the next loading zone, but I was too far to the left. That kind of sucks. I also hate when the camera does this. I don't want it directly behind me. And sometimes Carrie won't grab ledges. Typical. Alright. Which we'll get it, don't worry. It's like, we've already lost our power up, so it's like, why not continue to get it? It's not that difficult, I was just, sometimes camera angle can throw me off. Okay, we should be good here. Like so. Man, why couldn't I do that the first time? Either way, that's a tree skip. Task jump there, that's quite solid. So there's a lot of task jumping in this room. This is the level that's, again, a lot of platforming, a lot of task jumping as long as I can do it properly. Which, I wanted to task jump both of those, along with these two. And it's not going to happen. Except that one. That one happened. Oh well, that's fine. As long as we get through, we'll be okay. But yeah, the act tree skip is pretty precise on what it needs, and it'll happen from time to time. There's a way to get out of that hole. Oh, that's awkward. My jumps are really sloppy right now. Just avoid some fireballs, do some parkour jumping, you know. That's honestly probably one of the only places you can die, unless Carrie doesn't grab a ledge here. There's always scary things that can happen, but hopefully all just goes well. Get this key, please. So that's the key that we need for the door to get out of here. And now we just gotta climb up. And hopefully she just grabs all these ledges, and we'll be okay. Good job, Carrie. Good job. Good girl. Please grab this one, though. There you go. Alright, we're good. Now, that's Clock Tower. Not a hard room, but it can get trolly from time to time. So now we're in Castle Keep, about to finish the game, and there's the first form of Dracula. You can get power-ups, and I guess I will farm them just to show how fast you can kill the rest of them. Because it does make a big difference. The only way it happens, though, because there's multiple attacks that he can do, and I need a very specific attack in order to get power-ups, and it's not even a guaranteed thing. But again, we're just making that epic climb up to Drac, into the clouds. Have no idea how they would build such a thing. But they did. It's pretty legit if I don't say so myself. So this is Drac 1. Very similar to if you've played like Castlevania 1. You just have a Dracula whose head needs to be bopped. Okay. I need him to shoot fireballs at me. Like that. And I need him to not drop chicken. I can get a power-up from it if I'm lucky. Stop teleporting, just give me what I want. I'm built with the powers of darkness. Okay, he's not supposed to be this close to me. Nope. Give me a power-up, please. Oh, he's thinking about it. Hey, the double power-up. Holy crap. Alright, that helps. So now we're back to green orb at least. That's very thoughtful. So we're gonna wreck this guy now. Whoa, I don't want that. One more hit. As long as he doesn't teleport. That's kind of one of the things. He can teleport up to 3 times, which is very unfortunate. Camera gets put in a really awkward place there, and people die. They'll just like randomly walk off the ledge. Because people don't expect to go down left. But they fixed that in Legacy of Darkness. So now we gotta get out of here. The place is collapsing. Hooray. And now we climb up to our next fight, which I like to call Anime Dracula. You kind of just see from looking at him what I mean. And the funny thing is you actually do this by listening to where he goes. He teleports in random locations, but you can actually hear where he is. It's like as long as you have stereo, you can listen to the left or right on where he's teleporting. Oh, nice. That is thoughtful. So I should be able to kill him on the next round. Oh, did he really go here? Not quite. Where is he at? The right. Nice 3 cycle, very nice. And then we kill Jack 3 in 13 seconds. Get the timer ready. We just wrecked this guy. Like, we deal a centipede dragon looking guy, but it's kind of a silly fight. As once he's under half HP, he does this nuke where if you're in the middle of his tail, he does nothing. So, and time. And that is it. You just completely wreck Dractor. It's like, oh, it's my final form! And you're the weakest out of all of them. I shouldn't quite say that because the hits that he does do a lot of damage. He will, like, randomly put out these orbs of him, like, these nuclear orbs, which will actually, like, make your orbs go to that. And then, like, as soon as you hit that orb, it spawns into 2 orbs. And eventually those orbs fall to the ground and do a nuclear explosion. It's like, there's a bunch of explosions that happen in this fight, but it's like, it's an interesting fight when you actually, like, play with it casually. It's quite difficult, but for the speedrun purpose, it's honestly the easiest fight in the entire game.
For that run.
It's interesting to say the least.
Yep. Too bad you soft blocked in one part of it.
I know. It's like I messed up way more than I was hoping to. Didn't get to do as much as I would like, but it happens. Of course, it's always marathon.
You said this is also going to be an SGDQ?
Yep, I was able to get it into SGDQ. I believe July 7th is the day that I will be playing it. Nice. And by then, I should be able to, I mean, of course I'll be practicing a lot more by then. Typically, I can play this game whenever I so please and should be fine, but by GDQ, I promise I will do all the tricks that are needed. It'll be much more interesting.
Yep.
But indeed, and then there's this last thing. Yeah, I was just wanted to thank you for setting this all up, along with everyone that's also here. It was fun. It's always good to see these marathons going up and about. I always appreciate such things. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. And that's really about it. It's like there's this giant cutscene where, of course, he just dies in this weird, long, interesting, screaming way. And then Carrie goes to a gravesite to bring flowers to her mom. Very sad, kind of normal ending. Nice ending, but then it just goes to credits, and the cutscene's very long, so I'll probably just end it here, if that's okay? If that works with you.
Do you have any shout-outs or anything you want to say?
Well, again, I wanted to shout out to everyone that's been working on this, because I can't find skips to save my life, but Winglebert, Christian, Narcissa, like, those people that were able to actually find almost everything in this game, like, couldn't have done this without you guys, and Narcissa as well, to give me the inspiration to actually do it. World record is at 41:33, but when she did 41:55, she said it was completely over, which is a challenge in my book, so I proved that wrong. So I was like, good stuff, but that's all I got, so hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the run. Got one more left, if I remember correctly.
Yep, we have the last one coming up.
Nice.
Stay tuned for it.